Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft Origins. So we left off in the desert and you might already hear what's here, but yeah, we're so far just recapping what I originally did on my first world before I stopped playing it, before we get into the stuff I want to be getting into, I guess, for lack of a better term. And what is this map? Oh, this is a map of here. That's actually useful. So, to illustrate a bit, so my base I showed you last episode is up here, north of, this map. So pretty much when I was sailing south, I ran into this. And you probably can already tell what it is, as I've said before. But if we head up here, you'll notice we are in a village as it's night. It's night, oh god. Okay, let's try that again. We are in a village. So, once again, it's been a long time since I've been here. I think I just try to light it up. No idea what's going on here. I might have had plans to, like, wall it off or such. Oh, I actually just remembered this. So, I think I did the thing along the roof there. Yeah, I think I made it so I could go up on the roofs and just, like, go between the houses. Which is admittedly a pretty silly idea, but it worked. It helped me traverse it at night. And also so I could come out of my little place here and up here, and I actually don't even know what their trades are. Probably never done too much with their trades. Yeah. So this is the first village I found when I was sailing away, trying to find animals, which I did find on the first island in the south. I don't think I ever brought any back to my base, though. That would have been smart, but I think I finally got crops growing, as you can see by the numerous amounts of wheat. So, is that actually pigs over there? And also over there was a desert temple that I'm pretty sure I raided, thus the stuff you saw in the chest or the blue wool and such. I forget what was in it. It was so long ago now. And, oh yeah, there's a jungle down there. But yeah, there's still villagers about. I think I lost one or two to zombies, but... I have ender. That might actually be useful. But, you know, I looted a lot of the stuff in here already, and, you know, tidied up the place, try to make it easier to access, but... I don't know. I have no idea how many villagers are left here at this point. But there's still at least two that I've seen. So, that's a start. And also, I never have really learned how villages work. Like, as far as what counts as a village, how the whole doors and breeding mechanics work, so probably should close these doors. No, yeah, so maybe that's something I could do here. I did want to do it in Rediscovery, but I don't think I ever got to that. So... oh well. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else here, just to say that there's a temple. And I think after this, I sail that away. And that's where the next base is. So we head back to the nether portal. We can head to the next one. And also talk about my first enchants. So, I mentioned how after I got, what's the term? After I got potions, I kind of stopped playing this world. But I had enchants, I wouldn't say pretty early on, but I had enchants. And my first enchant, I think, was an Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3 Diamond Pickaxe, which was like the best pickaxe you could get. Unfortunately, when I built this portal trying to link to the jungle base, it didn't work right. So, as you can see, this is where it put me. And actually, I can bring this up. We're at 12Y. I do not know why we ended up so deep down by the void fog. But this ended up really, really far down. And the thing is, as soon as I walked out the portal, I walked right into a lava lake. And I think I managed to get out of the lava. Now most of it's obsidian, but this is now where I get my obsidian. But yeah, I walked right out the portal into a lava lake because for some reason the portal decided to put me here instead of the other base. And when I died, my good pickaxe, the first enchant I had, burned up. So, I honestly don't think there's much else here. So, there probably is some stuff about. But it looks like it's mainly lava. And I still don't know how, this happened exactly. Because it's one of those things, this portal was far enough away from the village that it created a new portal, but it still was out of range of my jungle portal somehow, when it should have been within 800 blocks or whatever it was. And also, this is at 67Y in the nether, so I do not know how it went so far down. I don't know, it's still something that I don't really understand how that portal linked how it did. But since then, I realized you have to be exact with your nether portals, like the exact overworld dimensions translate to the nether, because this is the exact location of where the jungle base was. I thought, it's close enough, and then I died in a lava-filled cavern. So I ended up building a few bases, as you can see. It really was just the village outpost in the desert and this one. And why is that so dark? This can't be. Might be mom-proof, but I still don't like it. So I believe this actually leads out to the jungle. Because, as you probably have been able to tell, I love having needless secret entrances and exits to everything. And that's where the boats are. And if you look up here, we have a cliff leading way up to, not really a tree fort. It's mainly just a box in the sky. But pretty much I found like the tallest hill I could and cleared it away and pillared up. It's kind of like my lookout tower, only a base. And this is like a 5-week ladder climb. It's a really long ladder. I'm probably just going to cut to when I get to the top. Alright. So, I put the ladder on the back of the base and the ladder up to it on the front. I don't know why I did that. You know, lots of things like this I'll probably be changing if I decide it's worth changing it. Okay, so we come up here and this is the jungle base. And actually, is it still built as I thought it was? Yep. So I built it out of wooden slabs because when I looked it up, I saw mentioned that wooden slabs were the same as stone slabs and they wouldn't burn. Well, this version actually was after they split into, you know, the different type of wood slabs, so they actually are wood in this version, not stone. But the original wood slab was, acted like a stone slab, even though it was wood, which was weird, but it was a thing. Oh, also, up here, or seeing up here, reminds me that back when I was doing this, I also did have texture packs. At the moment, I don't think I have. Yep, it's just the default. So I could try and get a texture pack to play on this world. I remember I was using like dark realism and some stuff like that. Probably wouldn't use lithos because I didn't have lithos back then, but yep. And I think the only other thing of note is that there's the stairs over. And I think that just leads to the snow. I don't think I ever did much else here. I think there might have been a fire too. Perhaps intentional, perhaps accidental. As you can see by all the trees missing. Yeah. Don't play in the world for a few years and there's vines everywhere. And my god, I was terrible at staircases. I think it works fine on the up, not so much the down. Wow, ocelots. I'm not sure if I ever tamed an ocelot. But that's a lot of ocelots. That's weird. But yeah, over here is a snow biome. And I'm not sure if there's anything else, like, outside of, aside from going back to the main base and seeing the mines, I'm not sure there is much else for stuff I've done in the past, because it mainly was I established, you know, my main base. I went south, I found the desert base, then I went over here, I found the jungle base, I did stuff in the nether, and that's about it. Still have saplings from last time I came out here to collect wood. And on the dog. And creeper holes. Because those were plentiful. Wow, there's a lot of saplings about. I mean, I don't really need to pick these up, but it's still weird because, you know, I haven't been on this world in a very long time. So to find saplings from, yeah, 2013 it would be. It's been like 6 years almost, because I actually started playing in March 2013, so not quite 6 years yet, but close enough we can say it's 6 years. Anyway, I think that's enough of this part of the world. I don't really have much else to say about the jungle base besides, yep, it's in a jungle. But, I don't know, a lot of this stuff, like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I definitely think I used fire here at some point. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I was going for a lot of the stuff back then. And I definitely would do it differently now. And I'm not sure how much of it I want to change in the future as I continue to play on this world, and how much I just want to do in new areas. Because, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, this is kind of history. I do have other backups, though. It's not like this was my only backup. So it's not that big of a deal if, you know, I change stuff or, like, tear down this base and redo it. But I might prefer going to other areas. Because, as I mentioned in the first episode, there was something I found on this world that kind of prompted me to do this series. And you'll see why probably in a future episode still. But for now, I'm going to head back to the Nether, to the main base, and I guess we can start exploring the mines. Which, trust me, is going to be, it's going to be something. And we're back at the main island base, and my god, that's a lot of mobs. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this version, but it just seems like there's so many mobs. So now let's head down here. So this is the first area that's mine related. Okay, so we have one path here and one path over here. And both lead down to the mines. And as I mentioned before, these mines are not easy to follow. They twist and turn like crazy. They branch off and join up. I have a feeling this might be the other entrance we saw. Yep. Like, this is just... It's absurd levels of, like, why would you ever design it like this? It's one of those things where I make one mine tunnel, and then that splits off. Hello, Enderman. And then I make another mine tunnel, and that ends up leading into a previous mine tunnel, or I forgot where the previous entrance was, so I make another. So that's the main hub. But I feel like if we go back, and I think it was over here, and down here, and then down here? Yeah, then we come to the track. I don't know why that even had a block above it. And that also leads out to the hub. So I'm pretty sure all of those lead out to the hub in one way or another. Then where does this go? You see why this is just such a nightmare of a... You know, it's more the thing. I had such a confusing system that I had to make other systems that were less confusing. But in retrospect, that still made it confusing because I still didn't get rid of the old ones. So, okay. I think I understand where this goes now. So, this one, if we continue down here... Actually, this is a different one, isn't it? Oh, hello. Oh, I have a fire aspect sword. That was stupid. So this is just a room. Where does this go? Okay, I don't even know what this is anymore. You see why I said the mines would be a thing? I think this... Wait, what? What the? Why are those still things? Why did I build a passageway that let... Okay, now I think I know where we're going. So that was just a weird loop about. But we head down here, it comes to the point where it branches up to the other entrance. Then we head down here, it leads to the one that leads out on the track. And we head, And all paths, besides the one that loops back around, pretty much end up here. And this was the main mine. So the other part of the main mine is this ladder, which also, that room we saw up here, led out over this ladder and right over the door. But if we take this all the way up, I don't think there's any other rooms. I think it's just torches. This will take us to... Ta-da! So this was supposed to be my easier to spot mine entrance. It's easier to spot, alright. It's no less confusing. And if we keep heading down... Oh, I think this might have to do some... Wait. I think this gets... Okay. So, I originally had a spiral staircase, but the ladder I had went right next to the spiral staircase. But, this was my original mine that went down to the bottom of the world. And I actually got to bedrock and didn't know what it was at first. I don't even want to know what's behind there. It's probably going to be something that would make me question why. But yeah. This is quite the interesting... Okay, you see why these mines are just so terrible. I don't even know why I built them this way. And chances are this is going to loop back to some other place. See? Okay, so I think this is when I actually wised up a bit and made a strip mine of sorts. I think it's a multi-layer strip mine too. Yep. So, this is also going to be a very confusing place, but I don't think there's much here, because as I said, it's a strip mine. So, you know, I don't think there's many resources left, because, as you can tell, I don't have a ton of resources about, and I kind of do like how I did this section, though, like how it loops around here with not a good staircase, but a staircase. Hello, slime. But if we don't take that weird path, I think this will probably take us back to a place we were at. Or some other place. What the... Oh boy, we could probably have an entire episode on the mines alone. We're back here. So I actually still don't know where the ladder went. Because as you see, after that, it continued down. And then it stops here. Where is here? Why does it stop here? I don't understand why I built the mines like this. You know, it's good for making intruders get lost, and also me several years later. So, yeah. I'm not sure how much else is down here of note. You probably already can tell the madness that went into these twisting, turning designs, but when I first started playing, this is just how it was. I didn't really think about, or I didn't even know. What the... Okay, so that led down here. This might be a different strip mine. Oh, that was just as stressful now as it was years ago. So I feel like the other mines might have replaced this because it's a death trap. Just a guess of what might have happened. My god. How is there so many mobs in a strip mine? Where did I go wrong with torches? Well, just to wrap this up. So that was a staircase down to bedrock when I first went down to bedrock. This goes back to my base. This just goes down. Okay. That went to another area. I don't even know where that begins. This leads to the ravine. Oh, wow. This is a pretty crazy ravine. I forgot it was like this. I feel like there's a few other passages that lead there in different ways. Oh, that's one way. So, I don't know. This is a very crazy area. Apparently, I planned to have a minecart track, but I think I didn't have the powered rails. Oh, I think I know where this goes. So this is the other thing I want to show. This one's probably actually running a little longer than previous. I want to make these shorter. Go figure. Actually, I think I'm going to save where this goes and the rest of the mines till the next episode. Just because, yeah, this is running long. Because mines, they're like a maze. But yeah, we'll save where this track goes and the final parts of the recap of the previous stuff for the next episode. Until then, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series of my first world, and until then, goodbye.